Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about how coming to terms with our past, along with being optimistic, can strengthen our emotional stability and resilience based on the book Resilience from Donders. Let's see the first resilience factor, coming to terms with our past and emotional stability. According to trainer and philosopher Günther Raffel, the only person who can fully enjoy the present and intelligently plan for the future is someone who not only knows his past, but also acknowledges and accepts it. There are, of course, both positive and negative experiences in our past. Positive experiences are often recalled as successes and negative as grievances. Now let's talk about success first. Remembering and seeing our own successes is an important part of a healthy self-esteem. It is normal that we tend to remember the bad things from our past more because they usually leave a deeper footprint deep within us. What can negative experiences, grievances bring to us apart from sad memories? It often takes a lot of courage to accept grievances. Do we dare to tell ourselves that we carry wounds, that we are hurt, are we brave enough to face the pain and then to move on? There are always crisis situations at every stage of our lives, and in the midst of difficulties, we often don't even realize how much we can learn from them, both negative and positive lessons. We are all more inclined to remember the negative more easily. It's just something in human nature that it's easier to remember the bad. But there is no point to fight against the past harms. They happened already. Instead, it's worth building our state of mind on positive experiences. Let's keep our focus on positive lessons. They are part of us. Let them build us and not let the negative experiences determine us. Positive experiences are not mouse paths if you hold on to them. Those successes become bricks of your personality, and let the negative things go and don't let them determine your future. For letting things go or someone go, we often need to learn how to forgive. Forgiveness is in our own interest. It gives you peace and coolness. I used to pick out the details of an argument, even during the tiniest disagreement, and then rage within myself for a couple of hours. And then when the opportunity arose, I brought up the conflict again. I just couldn't forgive, so it was very easy to generate an argument again. Sometimes when I read my diary from back then and see what I thought, I just laugh about myself. This was a good 5-6 years ago, but thankfully I became busier and I just don't have the energy for petty arguments anymore. If there is something worth having an argument about, I'm ready to get into it. But if not, I turn on to the next page. I don't argue every time I experience hurt or injustice, because in many cases it is just worthless and a waste of time. And it's also nice and easier to forgive and let go. Anger takes a lot of energy away, and we should spend these energies on more important things. We all have smaller or bigger burdens, so it's worth looking deep inside ourselves. What needs to be released? Because otherwise it will hold you back. Self-reflection requires a lot of strength, energy and courage, but we can gain the most from it. The second resilience factor is realistic optimism. This has 3 parts: trust, self-confidence and grateful living. Optimism is practically unconditional confidence. Have you ever seen a true optimistic person being not confident? If you're optimistic, you will have to have a strong belief and trust in yourself and in others, a general trust in life. Trust depends on justice and love. In general, the more these 2 qualities can be discovered in someone, the more we trust them. Justice is a basic belief that the other person has a purpose and dignity. People who are just support other people in achieving their goals, because just people will not want to limit others. That's a good enough reason to trust them, right? Now, what about love? According to the definition of the book, love is an unconditional yes to another person. This is practically a decision to support the other one in his development and accept the other one unconditionally. Secondly, we need confidence for being optimistic. It varies what can increase confidence, but generally speaking, success and positive feedback can. Well, the majority of our everyday activities are not platforms for receiving any kind of feedback, but if you can experience success, even small ones, is already a good starting point. Some therapists require their patients to pick up a sport, find a new hobby, or rebuild an old one while they attend their treatment. In such activities, we can find a sense of success and joy, which helps to build self-confidence and has several other great benefits for our health as well. Thirdly, learn to live a grateful life. This part is one of my favorite ones of the book because it taught me the concept of gratitude from a completely different perspective. You know, when I hear people saying thank God, my first impression is always that this statement is used by people whose things slip out of their hands, who entrust themselves to fate, fortune, it will be as it will be, and if the outcome of a certain thing turns out well, they thank it to fortune, universe, or something external. But this book shows a very different perspective where gratitude for small things is actually a sign of intelligence. Donders writes that only a truly grateful person can perceive reality in its entirety, because for every negative event that demands our attention, there are at least 10 positive things that happen to us roughly at the same time as the bad, yet we remember the bad. This means that those who did not perceive the good things perceive only a small portion of life, which is not really a good sign of intelligence, right? Because it's just a small amount of reality. Maybe this is the main reason why we often hear not very intelligent people complaining, because they can't perceive the full percentage of reality. Okay. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye.